Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling some pretty heavy stuff.
We are. Graft and corruption cases involving Philippine national officials, specifically between 2016 and 2025.
Yeah, drawing from a detailed report by a Filipino political journalist, our aim to basically cut through the noise.
Give you the essentials, what happened, why it matters, where things stand now.
Exactly. We know you want to get informed, quickly but thoroughly, so let's just dive in.
And it covers quite a range, doesn't it? From alleged fund misuse to, well, some significant bribery claims.
Definitely. Let's maybe start with a big one, Sarah Duterte and the confidential funds issue back in 2025.
Right. The allegation involved, what was it, $612.5 million?
Yeah, a huge sum. Supposedly for anti-insurgency, but questions were raised.
Big questions. Led to impeachment by the House, didn't it?
It did. And you had the Commission on Audit flagging things, whistleblowers talking about bribery, unexplained wealth.
It's a serious situation. So where is that now?
It's awaiting Senate trial. She's denied it all, of course, says it's political.
Which is a common defense, but it
Yeah.
certainly puts a spotlight on how these confidential funds are handled. High stakes, given her position.
No kidding.
Hmm.
Okay, shifting gears a bit, the judiciary. The 2024 Pasay City bribery scandal.
Ah, yes, the RTC judge and a court clerk arrested.
For allegedly taking a $6 million bribe for a favorable ruling in some big corporate land dispute.
That's the allegation. It apparently came from an anonymous tip, then an NBI entrapment operation.
NBI being the National Bureau of Investigation, for context.
Exactly. And I mean, this kind of thing, it just eats away at public trust in the courts, doesn't it?
Totally undermines it. So proceedings are ongoing there.
Yes, both administrative and criminal.
Yeah.
Still under review.
Okay. Then there are these massive fund scams. Malampaya Fund investigations are revived, looking back to 2013 even.
Right, the $900 million from royalties, meant for disaster relief.
But allegedly diverted. Janet Lim Naples implicated again, and even former President Arroyo initially.
Funds supposedly went to, fake NGOs.
Yeah.
Classic pattern, unfortunately.
How did that come out? COA audits, Senate probes.
Both. COA audits and Senate investigations really brought it to light. It's just tragic when disaster relief funds are allegedly misused.
Absolutely. Arroyo was acquitted, right,
Yeah.
in 2021.
Correct. But the cases against Naples are still ongoing, which highlights just how long these things can take.
And speaking of Naples and long timelines, the pork barrel scam. Trials still happening from way back in 2013.
The scale there was, well, staggering. $10 billion allegedly funneled to her bogus NGOs.
Implicating major figures, Senators Revilla, Estrada, Enrile, charged back in 2014.
Yeah, exposed by whistleblowers and COA reports again, it really became the poster child for systemic corruption.
And the status now, Estrada and Enrile out on bail. Revilla acquitted.
That's right. It's a mixed bag legally, which understandably leads to a lot of public cynicism.
Yeah, I get that. Then, more recently, during the pandemic, PhilHealth.
Oh, the PhilHealth fraud. That was a shocker. Over $15 billion allegedly siphoned off.
Through fraudulent claims, overpriced equipment, implicating top officials, even the former PhilHealth president.
And PhilHealth is the national health insurance program, so this hit hard.
Especially during a health crisis.
Exactly. The timing couldn't have been worse, and some witnesses apparently retracted testimony later.
Yeah, which just adds another layer of concern, potential obstruction maybe.
Yeah.
The cases are pending.
The journalist report also touched on a few others. The Pastillas scandal.
Ah, yeah, 2020. Bureau of Immigration. Bribery scheme involving Chinese nationals, basically paying for easy entry.
Like an escort service through immigration, exposed by whistleblowers and media.
But no high-ranking convictions yet, right?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Investigations are ongoing, but it raises national security questions, too.
Definitely. Then there was Pharmaly in 2021. Overpriced medical gear.
Right. Procurement during the pandemic again. Questionable deals with Pharmaly, pharmaceutical, COA, and Senate flagged it.
Complaints filed, investigations ongoing there too.
Seems to be a pattern. And let's not forget the Ilocos Norte tobacco tax issue.
Oh, right. Alleged misuse under then-Governor Ami Marcos. Millions on sort of irregular projects, minicabs.
COA and House hearings looked into it. But the investigation against Senator Marcos seems stalled.
Seems that way. And one more from 2016, the Bureau of Immigration Bribery with Jack Lamb.
Yes. Deputy Commissioners Al Argosino and Michael Robles. The $50 million bribe.
For releasing illegal casino workers. Media and whistleblowers brought that out.
They were convicted, but I believe they're appealing.
Right. So another long process. Looking at all this, what's the common thread?
Well, you see alleged misuse of public funds everywhere. Bribery at different levels. And crucially, a very slow pace of justice.
Yeah, the delays are significant.
And the potential penalties are huge. Plunder can mean life imprisonment. So the stakes are high, but the resolution often lacking. It just erodes public trust.
The report mentioned the system's vulnerabilities and maybe the Duterte impeachment as a kind of litmus test.
Exactly. Will the system hold even the highest officials accountable? That's the question. The delays and perceived impunity, they just fuel cynicism.
Understanding these cases is just so important, isn't it? For you, listening, it helps you demand better.
Absolutely. And it leaves us with a pretty critical thought for you to mull over.
What's that?
Well, given this steady stream of unsolved or very slowly solved corruption cases, what does it really suggest about how effective our current accountability systems are?
Right. Are they working?
And if not, what fundamental changes might actually be needed to build, more transparency and integrity in governance in the Philippines?
That's a heavy question, something to really think about. And maybe look into sources like Transparency International or DOJ resolutions for more detail.
Definitely worth exploring further.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive today. We'll be back soon with another important topic.